Hello everyone, I am the host of the YouTube channel wangyiboengsub. Nice to meet you again. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the hottest news of the day. And here's today's news.
Wang Yibo's Ice, Rain and Fire has only aired 4 episodes, and the word of mouth has exploded. The acting skills of the old actors are amazing. This year's suspense drama one after another, first Night Walker starring Li Yifeng, followed by Out of Court focusing on lawyers and judges, and The Coward just aired. It is also a popular topic that has attracted much attention. These plays can be said to meet the expectations of suspense fans. It's just that there is still a lack of a real blockbuster work. I didn't expect Wang Yibo, Ice, Rain and Fire starring Chen Xiao was launched in time for such a stall, and the file was set that night. Broadcasting that night, any episode of this kind of operation can often become a king bomb. After all, only if you have enough confidence in your own quality can you dare to launch it without any publicity. Facts have proved that Ice, Rain and Fire with a strong cast is indeed the ceiling in the anti-drug criminal investigation drama. Not only is the layered layout of the plot unstoppable, but the acting skills of the actors make the characters more believable. Undoubtedly, Wang Yibo threw out another Wang Chuang drama, and it only aired 4 episodes. And the word of mouth exploded. The truth is confusing, and the reversal is overwhelmed. At the beginning of the play was not sloppy, with a restaurant murder to whet everyone's appetite. It both evokes the brutality of the perpetrator and ties in with the show's anti-drug theme. As the protagonist, Chen Yu has been the first in the police academy for 3 consecutive years. This time, he showed extraordinary ability in handling the case, but he was not welcomed by his own leaders. There is no other reason. 3 years ago, he worked in the anti-drug police force for 27 days and was kicked out. He can only be an ordinary policeman because in a case 3 years ago, he accidentally disclosed the content of the operation to outsiders, caused the operation to fail and left the then-drug squad leader disabled for life. But Chen Yu's ability is indeed extraordinary. Just through the scene can restore the entire murder process. It can also find clues and details that no one pays attention to. Such a young and promising Chen Yu was naturally impossible to be buried by the police, and was soon transferred back to the anti-drug team by the chief. In the process of investigating the case, the criminal investigation team did not obtain more useful information. But he passed the jade pendant that the suspect lost at the scene and the tattoo on the deceased's body. Judging that the case is in the same vein as the old case 3 years ago, it is required to combine the 2 cases into one case and investigate together. However, despite the fact that there is sufficient evidence, Chen Yu's idea could not be implemented, because someone was making trouble. In border towns, selling dummy has become a very common phenomenon, but it has not been controlled for a long time. On the one hand, it is subject to the geographical environment, which leads to the more active local dealers. On the other hand, among the agencies responsible for investigating such cases, hidden umbrellas to inform them. Judging from the previous plot, the 2 most suspects are precisely the 2 directors. A drugstore owner called while the narcotics team was catching a suspect, let him quickly destroy the goods in his hand, and he is also nervous that the other party will give him out. One is a higher-level director who knows the confidentiality regulations and wants to inquire about the specific deployment of the case. Who are the protective umbrellas and who are the positive characters makes it difficult to see. This makes it impossible to know the origin of the first rhubarb capsule case. The truth has also become more confusing. However, Ice, Rain and Fire does not just create suspense. Instead, it uses constant reversals to promote the development of the plot. When the audience suspects that the director is likely to be the umbrella, he took the initiative to say that he had a relationship with the owner of the pharmacy, and he very sincerely stated the reason for doing so, and got rid of some suspicions. And the higher-level director, although he wanted to set up the opponent, issued a mandatory order within a month. Very determined to catch all the drug dealers. In addition to these 2 directors, there are also male protagonists Chen Yu and Wu Zhenfeng. It is unclear whether they are decent or villain. Even if it is Chen Yu who is upright, it is also the first time that key evidence is obtained. Instead of handing it over to the physical evidence section, he took it out of the crime scene by himself. Wu Zhenfeng is even more incomprehensible. Is he an undercover agent who stepped into the muddy water? Or is it in the sewage itself? It is just the camp division of the characters. It will entice the audience to watch the show. Wang Yibo is brilliant, and the acting of the old actor is amazing. From the perspective of the previous plot, the one with the largest proportion of the scene is Chen Yu, played by Wang Yibo. Therefore, this role is also the most brilliant. Wang Yibo, who is dressed in a uniform, is full of energy. It is calm and meticulous when looking for clues at the scene of the crime, which also makes it easier for the audience to believe that this character is capable. When he found out that the key physical evidence was related to his good brother Wu Zhenfeng, he looked uneasy again. It makes people even more curious about what kind of grievances there was between them 3 years ago. The improvement of Wang Yibo's acting skills in this drama is visible to the naked eye, and even against the old drama bones, no one makes a show. Chen Xiao's style is reminiscent of Chen Shishang in Breakout. The unshaven appearance looks like a decadent middle-aged man, but there is always hatred and murderousness in his eyes, which makes his character indistinguishable from good and evil. This complex role poses a greater challenge to Chen Xiao's acting skills, but fortunately, he has a high degree of completion. Young, it is not easy for actors to stand up to their roles, and the acting skills of the old actors are even more amazing. Became the star of the show, especially Zhang Zhijian and Wang Jinsong, both of whom are bureau chiefs, but when faced with different people, they have completely different auras. Wang Jinsong was originally the director, but he was lower in class than Chenju, played by Zhang Zhijian. Therefore, in the face of Chenju, he will maintain a humble attitude like a subordinate. It looks a bit slick and sophisticated, but when facing Chen Yu and others, he has the sense of majesty of the director. Zhang Zhijian didn't say much, just sitting there. A look in his eyes made people shudder. Such a leadership image also has a strong sense of majesty, and it is unbearable. Zhang Zhijian was chosen for this role, which is a stroke of genius. Equally impressive is Yan Xiaojie, who used to be the captain of the anti-drug team. Before his leg was injured, he was sophisticated and calm, with sharp eyes, but after being disabled for life, becoming an ordinary doorman, withdrawing from the front line can make people feel his depression and sadness. However, Yan Xiaojie's acting charm has not been fully released. Ice, Rain and Fire will definitely not choose such a powerful actor as Yan Xiaojie. In the play, an ordinary person watching the gate will be played, and there will inevitably be more exciting scenes left for Yan Xiaojie in the future. The old actor hasn't done his best yet. In addition, Liu Yijin is also worth looking forward to. As a villain professional, his fierce aura is not inferior to these old actors. It is with these powerful actors, just gave the audience a reassurance, even if only with acting skills. It can also fill the brain-burning suspense atmosphere of this drama. Ice, Rain and Fire is the strongest voice of this year's suspense drama.